Hey AD, I wasn't expecting you. Wait, this is an AD? Alright, I'll show you around anyway. We can just pretend. So I really wanted to start this down at the garden because I feel like the experience of the house really begins with the front yard. You have this long journey leading you up to the house, and I feel like it's a really special part of the house. So you pass by some trees. We got lemon trees. We have this gorgeous juicy palm tree, and you get to cascade up these little river rock steps. We have this beautiful olive tree, which I love. We got flowers, we got succulents. Look at these flowers. They're so beautiful. And then this is my front patio. I got these chairs from this vintage dealer, Montyvision. She lives in the desert, like 2 hours from here, and they're just very special. Everything she gets is very special. You could have some friends out here, light some candles. Would be super cute. So once you're up here, you have 2 door options, which is kind of fun. We have a bedroom door, and then we have this living room door. I'm gonna take us through the living room. Big, beautiful door takes us to the grand living room where there are so many details. I'm kind of proud of myself for furnishing this place and renovating it in less than 4 months on a pretty limited budget. The details in this room are really never ending. There are murals, there are stencils, there are these tapestries built in. I feel like the living room is really the center of all the details. Like they really all combine in this one room, which is really beautiful. And I really wanted to complement that, so I kept everything really neutral and just complementary to the colors that already existed in the house. So I feel like this table right here is really perfect for like a game night with friends. I feel like you could all just huddle around here and play cards, you know, you got Uno, Taboo, whatever. It would be perfect. I feel like this whole space is just really cozy and you could do a lot of different things here. I added this cushion to this bench. I feel like it's the perfect spot to read or just open the windows and enjoy the birds. It's super cute. And it kind of matches these velvet little details that were built in. And then we have this original fireplace, which kind of matches the stairs leading up to the house. It's kind of a theme throughout this house. We have this bench, which I took a poll on my Instagram for what color cushion I should get. I went with yellow. I think a few people told me that. There was also one person who told me to do these little details and not just have it be a flat cushion, so shout out to them for recommending that. And then we have this sofa, which I'm super happy that I found for $600 on Facebook Marketplace. It's white, which I feel like was kind of necessary for this living room. It's kind of dark in here, especially on this cloudy day, and I feel like it really just adds a bit of light to the space. So then we can go into the dining room, which is another beautiful, special, unique room. It has these fruits and I think vegetables also painted all around it. Literally, there's like a 360 painting. And I got this chandelier because it kind of reminded me of leaves, which kind of reminds me of fruits and vegetables in a way, and there are some leaves in the paintings. Yeah, I just wanted like a statement chandelier, but also something classic. And then I kept it pretty neutral with the dining table and dining chairs. I mean, I love wavy things and wiggly things, so they're all kind of wiggly in their own way. And these dining chairs, I actually used to sell vintage furniture, and I sold these back in like 2021 to someone. And while I was furnishing the house, I actually had different dining chairs to begin with. And then I saw these pop up and I was like, oh my God, I kind of regretted selling them. I'm gonna get them. And I feel like they work perfectly. I'm also the perfect height for this house. There are no ledges too low for me, so I love that. This painting I actually had for another house that I have in Joshua Tree, but it kind of didn't work in there, and I feel like the colors just work perfectly in this house, so I put it in here. So from here, we have the back patio, which is super cozy, and we have this fireplace. Like, imagine like a little fire going at night, just crackling would be so cute. And yeah, there's not much of a backyard. Mostly it's all in the front, but I do love this little space that we have out here. From here, we can go into the kitchen, which I kind of love how this all connects. You can do like little loop-de-loops throughout the house. And yeah, in here there are so many cabinets. All your stuff, you can fit it all. We got cabinets over here, cabinets over here. This section was actually an addition that I think they added in the 20s or 30s, 1920s or 30s. Yeah, it's kind of cool just to see the history of the house. Like, these windows would have been opening into, I guess, what was the backyard. So I guess this patio was a bit bigger and kind of led around the house. So it's kind of cool just to see like the different stages that the house went through. And in here, I didn't really change much in this part of the house. I just added these two vintage appliances. There were these really massive stainless steel appliances before, and they really just intruded on the kitchen. And I feel like this space is a little bit smaller, and these white vintage things I feel like just work a lot better. From here, I feel like this is my favorite room of the house, which I don't know if you can call it a room, but it is a little dining nook. And there are these paintings which the original owner of the house and builder painted. And you just get to stare at them from every angle. I had this one restored, and these two I have yet to restore. I feel like this one's in pretty good shape. It's really cute. It's like a little Holland scene where this little boy stole a little goose, and this goose is not happy about it, and he's running into the river, but he better watch out for this boat. It might get him. I really love how there are just all these little things in the house that are so unnecessary, like this cabinet where you can just keep things, where I do keep things. And yeah, like, why is it up here? Why is it floating? Why is it in the breakfast nook? Who knows, but it's there. And then there's this skylight, which brings lots of light into this area. They even open, which is kind of funny because they're way too high for me to reach. And I feel like the person who built this house must have been short. So I don't know who's opening those, but you can open them. And yeah, it's these little details that really do it for me. Love. And now we're in the front bedroom, which has, I think, the best views of the house. And it's really, really euphoric to sit in here during sunset. Like, the colors just change. We have the hills, you have palm trees, we have all the plants from the front yard. It's really, really stunning. And these windows, so I actually was wondering this one day. When you open them, there's this little latch that will hold the windows open so they don't close in the wind. Like, this guy thought of everything. So now we're in the bathroom, which I did fully renovate. And I feel like when I first moved in, the bathroom made no sense. Like, it was the only thing where I was like, I have to change this completely. None of it was original except for this tub, which we did keep. Everything else had been redone in like the 80s or 90s. And it was like this teal tile, and they had a separate tub and shower, which I feel like is nice, but for the size of this bathroom, it made no sense. So what we did is we combined the tub and the shower. I added 2 sinks because there's only 1 bathroom in this house, and I feel like that just almost makes it feel like 2 bathrooms in a way. And I just feel like the flow of the bathroom is so much nicer. Like, you can take a bath, you can look out the windows, we have nature, You have the neighbor's house, which is built by the same guy. Very cute, adds to the vibe. So these sconces I got from Instagram from this account, Punch the Clock. They have amazing, amazing vintage everything, furniture, decor, lighting, very cute. Also, the ceiling, so when we were renovating it, we took everything out and the ceiling was super low and it was really hard for me to figure out how to combine the tub and the shower because if you stand up in the tub, it's elevated and the ceiling was too low for someone who's like anywhere over like 6'1", you would be like hitting your head. So we opened up the ceiling and realized that when they had renovated it, they lowered the ceiling by like 10 inches for some reason. So we just, boop, put the ceiling normal. Now you can stand in the shower, even if you're 6'4". Now I'm gonna take you up to the upstairs bedroom, which is kind of like this secret corner, which was also an addition back in, again, I think the 1920s or 30s. Once you get up here, it's so open, so bright, and you can see all the way to Century City, and you can see the mountains, which are the back of the Hollywood sign, which is really cool. And you have this little nook where you can sit down and stare at yourself in the mirror, write your little papers, you know, open your drawers, do whatever you need. I feel like both of the bedrooms, you really have a sense of autonomy. They both have doors that lead to the outside, which is really fun. This goes to our backyard, which is really just a path that leads around the back of the house. I don't know which room I like better. This one is so open. I love the vaulted ceilings. Love that you can see so far into the distance. Love that there's so much space, so many details. All right, AD, or whoever you are, get out of my house.